Hey everyone, how's it going? Grizzly Bear here with another Team Fortress 2 video today. Going to be doing a loadout video. And I always said that I would never do a loadout video because I think they're horrible, I think they're boring. But you know what? I don't have any videos planned this week. But at the same time, I don't like them. So I'm going to make it short, sweet, to the point. But I'm also going to make it long enough I can put an ad break in the middle. So here we go. First class, Scout. Loadout A, we got an Australian scattergun donated on stream. We have a strange pistol. We got a strange Boston Basher. Over here on the right side, we got the unusual Hermes with the flaming lantern effect. And then we also have the Delinquents down vest and the Brooklyn booties. This is my standard pub loadout, also my standard competitive loadout. If you head on over to B, you'll see it's the exact same thing, minus the strange pistol for some reason. We're going to put that on. And this is pretty much what I use for pubs, what I use for competitive. Scattergun, pretty much the best primary in my opinion. Pistol, great for finishing people off. And then the Boston Basher, got to charge that Uber and get those sick jumps. Am I right? So loadout C, that is going to be my arena loadout. So I always focus all my arena loadouts around getting back health because you don't get health packs in arena, or if you do, there's not very many. So I used to have the shortstop here, but shortstop got its healing boost removed. So I just have the scattergun now, and then the collector's mad milk. That's 200 milks in one. That's a big old jar of milk, and then we have the strange candy cane to, of course, get these small health packs. Then over here I have the cold snap cap, the flapjack, and the Brooklyn booties. Cold snap cap and Brooklyn booties, I think, were both end of the line cosmetics. End of the line had some of the best cosmetics in the game, in my opinion. So you'll be seeing quite a few of those on other loadouts as well. And indeed, to round it out, this is my MVM loadout. I have the Soda Popper, the Mad Milk, and the Phantom War Soda Popper to get the money that's out of reach if I don't have that jump upgrade yet. And then the Fan of War to mark Giants for death. And then, of course, just, you know, the usual cosmetics over on the right side. So let's go back. Let's check out Soldier. Soldier is my main. I have the most hours as Soldier. I also have like 10 different strange rocket launchers. I kind of rotate through them. Right now I'm using this Festive Small Town Bring Down. My favorite rocket launcher skin in the game, at least for blue side. I'm not huge on the Festive Lights, but it was donated to me, so I'm keeping them on. Then I have the Gunboats because I love the rocket jump, and then I have the Market Gardener because that's just how I roll in the pubs. You gotta go for the Market Garden kills. Then over here I have the unusual Diaper, which is a Screaming Eagle Disco Beatdown effect donated on stream for my birthday. That's kind of my dream unusual. So Jarwi, who was a long-time stream viewer, has donated to me. Australian Mistaken Movember, Strange Mistaken Movember, and then the Cold Snap Cap. All three of these, I believe, are end-of-the-line cosmetics. Once again, you know, we're going to be seeing a little trend here. Loadout B, this is my competitive loadout. Another random strange rocket launcher, and then I have the disciplinary action on there. Sometimes I will switch that to the escape plan. Just depends what I feel like doing. Loadout C, this is going to be for arena. Black box, conquer, and then the escape plan. Pretty self-explanatory. I like to get the health back by the black box, and then the conquer, pretty good with that passive 4 health regenerated per second. And then the standard cosmetics. Last but not least, MVM. We have the triple Crockett, which is a strange Baker's Bazooka, Festive Buff Banner. I just like those two weapons for MVM a lot. I don't have to reload with the Crockett, or with the Baker's Bazooka. And then the Festive Buff Banner, really good to get those mini crits on all the robots. Let's head back, let's check out the Pyro. We got Stock Flamethrower, we got a Festive Flare Gun, and the Killstreak Australian Extinguisher. Now a lot of people say, Grizz, why do you use the extinguisher? And more importantly, why do you use the extinguisher with the stock flamethrower? And I don't really like the degreaser. That's my response to that. I understand that there's a benefit to using the degreaser with the extinguisher. You get that switch time, and the extinguisher is really bad right now, but I believe, I have faith that Valve is gonna buff the extinguisher to be back what it was. I'm holding out hope. That's why I use it. I'm a firm believer in the extinguisher. Over here on the cosmetics, we have the Brigade Helm, the Trickster's turnout gear, and the nose candy. So this is loadout A for the Pyro. Loadout B, this is what I would use for like matchmaking. If I didn't say at the beginning, I can't remember. We have A, which is pubs, B, which is matchmaking, C, which is arena, and D, which is MVM. So this is gonna be the matchmaking loadout. Here we have the stock flamethrower. As I said, I don't really like the degreaser. Shotgun because I think it's really reliable. It's a lot more reliable than the flare gun, in my opinion. the Power Jack, and then over here we have the Napper's Respite, the, I don't know what this is actually called, hashtag save the stash. This was like a joke on my stream. I was growing a mustache, which was really horrible, and I said I was gonna shave it, but then people started donating things to me, and every time somebody donated, I would extend the day that I would shave my mustache. So this was just kind of a play on that. And then Dead of the Night, one of the coolest cosmetics in my opinion. I have that on a couple different classes, so you'll see that later. Arena, don't really play Arena as Pyro much, but if I did, this is what I'd use. Power Jack gives back the health, and then the standard stuff up here. D, MVM, I got the Flog. Shotgun, Power Jack, Flog, because it's really good against tanks. That's really when I play Pyro. I only play Pyro during 2 cities on the tank rounds. I don't really play the other tours. If I did, I'd probably switch off to just stock. Moving on. Oh man, we're all the way back at the main menu. Let's go to the DEMOMAN. DEMOMAN, we have a Skin Butcher Bird grenade launcher, and then we have a Blitzkrieg sticky bomb launcher, both strange, and then a frying pan. And over here we have the Albrero, Save the Stash again, and Dead of Night. I don't really have a whole lot of cosmetics that I like for the DEMOMAN. That's kind of why I just have this all-class stuff thrown on there. I do like the sombrero that I have, but these other two, I just have them on there because I don't really have anything better. But pretty standard stuff, all stock. You'll see the competitive is very similar. I just have a pirate loadout going on, and I also have the ham. C is gonna be for Arena. Not much change except for I have the half Zatoichi, which gives you back 50% of your health on kill. And then MVM, I have the bootlegger instead of the grenade launchers, and the Islander instead of the stock, because the bootlegger, I don't really use the grenade launcher when I play MVM, I just use the sticky bomb, so I might as well get that movement speed. Did they take the movement speed off? Yeah, they took the movement speed off unless you have a shield. But you do get the 25 health, and then with the Islander, you can also get more health if you get heads, and you get more speed if you get more heads, so it's good if you can, you know, kill a couple robots with the Islander, and then you can rely on the sticky bomb launcher. That's why I have that like that. 5th class, we have the heavy weapons guy. We have the specialized killstreak Tomislav, my favorite minigun. It's pretty much the only one I use during pubs. Then I have the sandwich, and the gloves are running urgently. Pretty much 2 must-haves in my opinion for the secondary and third, the tertiary. And then we have the unusual gym rat, also donated to me, the little bear, and save the stash. Loadout B for competitive, the exact same thing except for we have a minigun instead of a Tomislav, just because it does a little bit more damage, I believe, right? I can't really remember it. Who knows? I did a video on it, I don't remember. In Arena, we have Strange Warrior Spirit because when you kill somebody, you get 50 health back. Other than that, we just have all the standard stuff, and then last but not least, MVM, we have just a stock minigun because it's the most reliable, high damage output, kills things quick. That's why I have it. All right, now I know you guys, you're really overwhelmed with all these loadouts. You're really excited. I need to give you a little break, so that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna give you a sick little ad break here. Gonna pull in, you know, a little bit of extra ad revenue for me, help me get some groceries, and I'll see you on the other side. Welcome back. If you have ad block on, you know what? You didn't even have to watch an ad. Congratulations. For those of you who don't have ad block, thanks. Appreciate it. Engineer here. We're starting off loadout A. This is kind of the standard defensive loadout for the engineer. I have the Rescue Ranger, the Wrangler, and the Jag. I sometimes switch off the Jag, just the stock. Jag is really good for setting up. After that, it's pretty useless. So switch to the stock once you have everything built. And then over here on the other side, we have the Cold Snap Cap, which is painted yellow. I thought it was really cool. Yellow, it doesn't quite match my glove. I wish it matched my glove and my rope and my Rescue Ranger a little bit better. But we'll take it. And then the Scotch Saver and the Insulated Inventor. Insulated Inventor, another end-of-line cosmetic that I really enjoy. Like it a lot. B, this is kind of what people think of when they think of an offensive engineer. We have the Gunslinger, the pistol, and then the Shotgun. Shotgun instead of the Frontier Justice just because it's more reliable in terms of damage output. Frontier Justice is really good run with minis or level 3s if you use it correctly. But I just prefer the Shotgun because I like having the extra clip size. And I'm pretty bad at engineer, so I don't really get many kills or assists with my sentries to begin with. Loadout C is going to be the exact same thing as Loadout B. Arena, it's pretty useless to run level 3s. You might as well run minis. That's basically all I have to say about that. And then MVM, Rescue Ranger is a must, Wrangler is a must, and then I just have the stock just because you don't have to worry about building. in MVM, you can use your upgrade canteens, and at the beginning of the round, they're automatically built to level 3, so you're not really pressed for time there. We have the meta class here. Crusader's Crossbow is going to be on all loadouts A through D. And then we have the Medigun and the Uber Saw over here. We have Archimedes, Save the Stash, and Dead of the Night. I really like the way Dead of the Night looks on the medic. I think it looks super sick. So you're going to see a trend with these loadouts. I mean, I'm going to see if you can figure it on your own. You're a very smart individual, I'm sure. Second loadout, we have the Kritzkrieg. Third loadout, we have the Quick Fix. Fourth loadout, this is MVM, so we have the Kritzkrieg again. I might as well turn B into, like, the Vaccinator. I don't even know where the Vaccinator's at, dude. Hang on. We'll just make this a lot more streamlined here. We'll put the Vaccinator on B. That way, if I want the crits, I can just go to D. How's that sound? Sounds pretty good. Crossbow, my favorite primary by far. It's one of my favorite weapons in the game, along with the Rescue Ranger. I think it's really cool being able to heal from a distance. It's one of my favorite mechanics in the game. So I guess it's only fitting that the Crossbow and the Rescue Ranger are two of my favorite weapons. Moving on, we have the Sniper. Loadout A, we have the stock Sniper Rifle, Girardi, and Bushwhacker. Pretty standard stuff. Killer exclusive, Save the Stash, extra layer. Same thing with DEMOMAN. I don't really have a lot of cosmetics that I love for the Sniper. That's why I kind of just threw this stuff on him. Second one here, we have the Huntsman. A lot of people like to use the SMG with the Huntsman to kind of finish people off. I still prefer the Bushwhacker with the Girardi. I'm just more confident with it, I suppose. Third, this would be for Arena. So we have just the stock. I can also switch the stock with the Huntsman sometimes. Cozy Camper because you get health back just for sitting around. And then the Shahansha, which gives you more damage when your health is below 50%. So it's kind of a last resort, something to pull out since I don't have the Girardi. So I have that instead. And then for MVM, I have Girardi, Bushwhacker, and the Hitman's Heatmaker. Girardi has the slow effect. Bushwhacker's really good if you have the buff banner going. Hitman's Heatmaker is really good with the focus. So that's why I have all those going. Not a whole lot to say about that. And last but not least, my favorite class in Team Fortress 2, the Spy. Australian Ambassador, which was donated to me on stream. Stab to Hell Knife, Dead Ringer, and then of course the Frenchman's Brave, Save the Stash, and the Dead of Night. I don't play a whole lot of Spy. This is typically what I'll use in pubs. I sometimes switch the Dead Ringer out for an Inviswatch. Or just Inviswatch, I suppose is what it's actually called. B is just stock everything. If I want to play stock, I'll just switch over to this. C, who knows? I never play Spy in Arena. I just put the diamond back on here for fun. And then D, it's going to be the same thing as the first loadout, but with the power-up canteen, because you got to have that. So, there you guys go. Those are my loadouts. If you have any questions, I'm happy to answer those in the comment section below. I'm not much of a trader, so I don't have a ton of crazy, awesome items. Most of the cool items that I do have were donated to me by stream viewers, so thank you very much to anybody who's ever watched my stream, anybody who's ever donated. Really appreciate that. But guys, I know this was a slow, boring video. I apologize. And I am working on a video for next week. It will be a lot better than this one. I know you guys will like it. So, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you next time on the Grizzly Bear channel. Goodbye.